Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of What If Civilization Started Over. In the last episode, we saw the War of Arabia. Also, this is not the same map. If you haven't seen the update video, then go check that out for sure. And we saw not really much else happening. There was this country formed, I believe. We also saw another daily career update. Well, this is what we're going to be starting with today, daily career update. Everyone loves this, right? I think. I don't know. But what we start off with is actually seeing the grey team make a move into the pink Korean countries, kind of exclave down here. But, unfortunately for them, they have broken out into revolution. We see the return of the orange country, just one episode after everyone's left. And also, a brand new kind of Eastern Korean country, like teal over here. And yeah, it's not a very good day for this country. They expanded too quick and now it's showing. Pink team will manage to kick back against it down here, and they're making an invasion into the northern parts of the country, along with the orange team. And yeah, it's not going very good for this grey country at the minute. Then we see sneaky old Japan. Yes, they're going to get involved. They make a landing where the capital is, and they start rapidly taking land around that area. As you can see, the grey team now, they will officially surrender over to the team that destroyed them. And yeah, let's take a look at a peace treaty. So yes, this is the mess of Korea after daily career update. The grey team has fallen from their prime. This new teal country, they'll have their capital here. The orange one will have this black where it used to be. And this new brown one, they got split in two. They'll have it there. And yeah, Korea is hurting at the minute. Honestly, the strongest country is probably this beige one. They used to be the weakest, but now they're the strongest. And yeah, so we come now down over here to Africa, as some countries will start to rapidly explore, or not rapidly, but explore more parts of the Sahara Desert. I say Sahara coast then, but the Sahara Desert. And yes, they will, some of them will colonise it, being the purple team. They're going to take a bit of land, although the population, as I said in the last episode, they are pretty much crumbling. They are not doing very good at the minute. Will they collapse in this episode? You find out, maybe they will, maybe they won't. But I want to say quickly, before we move on to what else is going to happen, but we are very close to entering a new age. In civilization would be like medieval age, I guess. But yes, we are very close to that. The gold country is also going to take a bit of land. And by a bit, I mean they basically double their size as they take all of this. And Morocco is looking very thick right now. Also Carthage, they're going to expand more east, taking over the coastal parts of Africa and making themselves a lot bigger. Now we come over to Britain, as it's been pretty peaceful, except for the Cornwall. Cornwall's been a bit thingy. But the pink team in England, you know, they kind of got jumped by Cornwall. They managed to hold out for a bit, but now it's all coming crashing down. And they are not doing good at all. We see the Scottish country make their first moves into the country, capturing the capital actually, and they are very strong at the minute. And then we actually see Wales. Wales will make an invasion over here and kind of meet up with the Scottish country in the middle, blocking off Cornwall because, you know, they've kind of taken enough land already. And yes, this pink country will now be divided up. So the Scottish country will be getting all of this land over here, and then Wales, they're going to get all of this. Now making them a nice, it looks nicer now. The capital city will be erased, and yeah, no more English country, bye bye. And a bit of lore about these two. They are good friends at the minute. Very good friends. Yeah, but these two are good friends for the minute. And yeah, it's nice over here. But now we go to the Alliance layer. Something interesting is going to happen in Europe. This is a country that everyone likes at the minute. And and no, it's not collapsing, thank God. There would have probably been riots in the chat. But they joined the Star Alliance, which is with like the Poland and Finland and stuff. And they now rival this country, the Germans. And these two now, the relations, they're not good. They hate each other. And we're starting to see kind of like loads of tensions rising up. You know, we've got stuff over here. These two, they're not really liking each other at the minute, especially after what the red team did over in the kind of to Persia. No, not Persia anymore, in North India now, but what they did to Persia. We also have Albania, who's looking like they're on the collapse, and the Triangle team, they don't really like them. And now the Star team doesn't like the Triangle team. And now Poland has been like, why do you just drag us into this whole beef? But hey, Poland, you're a lot weaker than the Dark Red. Dark Red is like number 5 in the world. But we see something interesting happening now. Also, as Cornwall will go ahead and join the Star Alliance, Weird, I know. Despite the fact that the Wales and Scotland have good relations, they just have to come and ruin it. And now these two are rivaling each other on the border, and yeah, it's not looking good. It's not good. So, there is some not very good things happening in the this, I guess you could call it, Turkey. Turkey is facing a lot of unrest, even more than the purple team. And it's actually for the exact opposite reasons the purple team. Turkey, they just don't do anything. They just sit down on their lazy bum all day and do absolutely nothing. And that's why then we see rebels in the north of the country pop up over around here, wanting to kind of reform the old kind of Turkish empire. They used to have like some land going up here in like Bulgaria, then they lost that. And yeah, they're not doing great. This rebellion is actually very strong, and it's being supplied by a foreign power. And why? It's because it's very anti-red team. It doesn't like the red team. These two, they have quite good relations on the border at the minute. This new brownish country, it does not like the red team. It's a very anti-red team rebellion. They then push down and cut the kind of the blue team area. But then, guess who's going to have to get their little nose involved in this? Albania will declare war on the Turkish, I guess, beige country, cutting off the Mediterranean Sea access from this new. And they are going to pretty much have a kind of field day. But the government just does not learn. It's not very. It's like the yellow team from Aegis series. They just don't learn. They keep doing what they want to do. And yeah, the Albania is very close to dying. Like, really bad. It's bad. But we end up seeing the Turkish country then push, the brown one, the new rebellion. They push up and grab the capital. The beige one, though, they will fight back a little bit down in the south. They manage to push around this and gain some more black sea coast. Then the brown one is going to be able to take the rest of this more populated areas up here. And then they'll kind of share this with the purple team. And the rest of this over here, yeah, it's going to get beaten up. Then someone else is going to get their nose involved in this. It's going to be the Red Empire, Swiss's favourite country. And they are actually going to get a bit of black sea coast over here, and the rest is just going to go to this country now. So the beige Turkish country has fallen, and the new country, which I'm going to be calling Anatolia, has formed. And they don't like the red team, and they also don't like the purple team. So we kind of have like isolationists. They're a lot like North Korea. Let's take a look at a peace treaty then. Anyway, this new Anatolian country, the Anatolian Empire, is going to get pretty much all of the Turkish country, except for some bits over here. The purple team will go ahead and steal it, like the land gobblers they are. And the red team will have a little bit of Black Sea coast access now, so they can trade with more entities around here. The purple team, they're a very big trading empire. And yeah, stuff is starting to cook over here. We come back over to East Asia, as this Chinese country is going to take over the entirety of the Hainan Island. And they'll also expand a bit out west, yes. Expand west. And then this turquoise country, it's not very, they don't have bad relations really, but it's weird. They have mixed relations. So yeah, the Shandong, that's what they called, yeah, Shandong, they're going to push out a little bit, and now just going to draw some nice borders. So Shandong will end up taking all of this like western Chinese land. So they will be able to expand more into East Asia, you could say. Anyway, Vietnam's actually going to do something. They haven't really done anything yet except for expand a bit. And they're going to expand into the more Cambodian areas and kind of reach over here where they will kind of stop for now. But then Thailand, they're probably maybe one of my favourite countries in the series. They will expand and kind of this new Thai country will also expand a bit more down into the tail Southeast Asia. And we see a kind of treaty, not really a treaty, but it's kind of like a scramble for this land between them and Vietnam. So yeah, we end up seeing this, a very interesting looking Vietnam in this series so far. I don't really like how it looks up north, so they're going to also expand a bit more down south, and now they look a lot chunkier. Also see a bit more exploring of Southeast Asia, the tail down here, as it'll nearly be fully explored. And they also send some boats out to explore the this area over here. Anyway, Sri Lanka is fully explored, and in a few months after that, it's colonised by the Indian country, who will also go ahead and expand up north. But guess who also wants to expand after being salty? Yes, the blue team. And what's going to happen here is a bit of like a kind of competition to get higher. Himalayas, they really aren't really in fact yet, but these two, they really don't like each other. They're probably some of the worst enemies on the map. Not as bad as the red team in Caspia, but maybe like quite bad, yeah. They're not as bad as red team in Caspia, but they're worse than these two over here. You can kind of see they don't like each other. Just say that. But we see like weird, like really bad borders over here. Then the green team will kind of get cut off as well, and now they kind of have an exclave deep in the purple country, and it's horrible over here. So let's move away and go to a nice and happy place. And that's not really too happy. As Portugal, they are probably my favourite country in the series. They will be declaring war. They actually shifted colour a little bit. I'm going to shift the colour a bit darker because I like a dark. Oof, that looks nice, doesn't it? Also, because the ocean is like similar colour, so yeah. They'll be going after this country, and it's not that strong, but it is able to put up a little bit of a fight as the armies all start to push into Portugal a little bit, and it's I did say that they're stronger. Like Portugal's quite a bit stronger. They're probably like, these guys are like maybe a third, I don't know, like 3/4 as strong as Portugal. Even though the capital is captured, they'll still continue to fight on. But yeah, the Portuguese country, they're going to end up now slamming a load of troops into this area. And it's kind of caught them by surprise. And this green country, they're not doing very well. And they soon get invaded on a second front by this new southern French country. And they're going to invade into this one, taking a lot of land. And eventually, after they kind of split, it's going to be a peace treaty. There's no one really living in this land. So yeah, let's take a look at a peace treaty, and these are actually going to be pretty ugly borders. So I'm seeing a very messy thing like this here, and yeah, it's messy. The Portuguese somehow have an exclave over here in the French country. It looks terrible. It's terrible. I want to leave this place, but before we do, we have to give this country a new capital. It'll be in the middle right here. And they are regretting every decision they've ever made in the history. Anyway, someone in chat wanted me to make Ireland a country in this series. And I'm not against that idea. So Ireland, the Germans will be like, we want to, like, they'll have like a kind of, it's kind of like a democratic thing. They'll say, what part of the country do you want to become? What do you guys want to do? Do you want to become an independent country, or do you want to become join up in another country like Scotland, or do you want to stay with us? Now, some areas will decide to stay, or it will become their own country. Actually, that is horrible. German country's very weird with the grey. That'll be those areas. Also, this area up here and this here. This part down here isn't actually going to be given. Wales is actually going to get a portion of this country. They're going to get this part down here. So the Scottish country then is going to actually take a tiny bit of land as well. That'll be this over here. The Germans will hold on to. Actually, I'm gonna make this even worse. But we see a kind of weird thing over here where there's an exclave for Germany. It looks horrible, and that's just because we've transitioned to the medieval age. There's going to be worse borders around this time. Anyway, we're going to come over to Eastern Europe. There's going to be a few things down here. One, the Belarusian country, they just formed in the last episode, but they're going to do some expanding. As I said, they do want to expand a lot. And, yeah. But so does Ukraine. So Ukraine is not going to pass upon this opportunity. And they'll take kind of what was mainly their last expansion. And they'll look something like this. They're getting pretty big, and big countries, in this time at least, not going to be too great. There's a Belarusian country. They'll take this. It looks pretty smooth, but that's fine. And Russia will, not Russia, Belarus will become a lot bigger. Anyway, Finland's also going to do some expanding. I do like the Finnish country as well, and someone suggested that we're making a massive empire. Maybe I will do that, I don't know, who knows. But they at the minute will be able to take all of this land, and they are looking nice and juicy. This Swedish country, they are probably the stronger one than the Norwegian country. They are kind of equal, but the Swedish is a bit stronger. They'll go ahead and take quite a bit of land, being all of this, and then the Norwegians will go ahead and do something like this. Now, let's note something again. These two don't like each other. It's not very good. It's probably just below these two beef, but they just don't like each other, and that's all we can say. I did have Germany discover Iceland in the last episode, but I'm just going to rediscover it. And since they lost part of Ireland, they're going to be wanting a bit more land, so they're going to come over to Iceland, and they're going to colonise that. So yes, nice German empire. They're like a North Sea empire this time. Did I just leak what they're going to become? No. Anyway, we come over to the kind of Central Asian region, where one of our last events of this video. This is going to start getting explored quite a lot. A few countries are liking this thingy. And yeah, we also see a lot more exploring up in the northern parts over here, kind of near Russia areas. Actually, it is Russia. We see a lot of this exploring. Anyway, let's close off this video with a kind of like a bit of a bang, because I do want to start the next off video off with a bang. Which I might do in this live stream, probably not, but maybe it's a possibility. As I think you guys maybe saw this coming, it's quite a shock, but the red team will start their invasion of the blue team. So, we see the red team create an alliance, and Swiss is going to love this one. They create an alliance, not in the province layer, but on the alliance layer, and it's going to be the Pentagon alliance between them, Persia, the Persian country, and South Indian, or just Indian outline, I don't know. These three are going to be called the, I don't know, we make up a name. And we end this episode off now on a cliffhanger, because I just like cliffhangers, I absolutely love them. Anyway, that is going to do it for today's episode. It was, I think, maybe one of the longer ones I've done. So I'll see you guys in the next Civilization episode. Bye bye.